So over the last 24 hours I've been flooded with questions about the safety of betting funds right now. So this video is to share the crucial facts and information that you all currently want. The sources for the facts and information have come directly from the Gambling Commission's website and HF Britain. So there's a couple of points to cover. First of all, we're going to cover the safety of your funds with various firms, including looking at a few different firms' safety ratings. And secondly, how the safety rating system works in terms of gambling funds. There's 4 different tiers to that system, so listen in, we'll cover that, followed by a few links at the end of the video if you want to read further. So first of all, before we do that, I think it's important to say you need to make a balanced decision with this. How much funds do you actually need in any account, if any at all? And beyond that, you need to consider the facts that we're about to go through. So first of all, which firms are safe? Now, according to HF Britain, we've got this table that I'm going to put on screen now, and it will show you the 4 different tiers. Starting from the top, we've got the higher tier. So this is your safest section of bookmakers, exchanges and betting firms. It'll include firms like Betfair, BetStars, Smarkets and Coral, as you may expect to see. Some of the big boys there. There's a few names missing that you might have expected to see in that bracket that aren't there, which then fall into the next category, which is medium. This is medium black, as I'm calling it in this video, and that means that the betting firms have some kind of protection in place, as we'll go through the tier system in a moment. More big names in there: Bet365, BetDAC, Ladbrokes, and also I think it's important to say at this point in time that there's multiple firms there which are actually owned by one big firm, such as GVC, talking specifically about BetDAC and Ladbrokes. Interestingly, Coral was part of that group too, but they have a different level of protection. So you might want to consider that, you know, they own several different firms, and so they could be considered, I'm talking on a logical level, this isn't a factual level, they could be considered more safe because of their size. The next level is medium red. Okay, so the writing is red on screen there, and the reason for that is there's a slight difference to this when we go through the safety ratings in a second, but basically it's saying there is protection, but the protection is more limited. And then finally, we've got the last bracket, which is not protected. Now, personally, as far as I'm considered, this is a no-go area. These are the firms that don't have anything in place, and if you're holding funds with them and they go under throughout this difficult period, your funds are going with them. So you might recognise a few names there: Jeff Banks Bet, Betson, BetHard, BetConnect, and surprisingly, Betfred are on the no protection list too. So that brings us swiftly on to how the rating system actually works. So first of all, we've got high. Now, the official line from the Gambling Commission is high level security means customers' money is held in an account that is legally and in practice separate from the rest of the company. That account is held by an independent person or auditor. So if the company goes down, your money is in a separate account and you will get that money back, and that's why it's high. So again, like I say, your money is safe with those firms. Next, we've got medium, and the official line is there's arrangements to make sure that the money is in a separate account also, similar to high, and is given to customers if the company should go bust. But the medium red is where it becomes a little bit murky. So medium red basically means that your money is held in a separate account to the company. If the company should go bust, then it will be returned to customers, but there's no guarantee that all of the funds will be returned to customers. Okay, so you might want to bear that one in mind, and that's where you want to start to taper down the amount of money that you're holding within a betting account possibly. I mean, I think that would be wise and sensible at this point in time. And then finally, there's not protected. So these are the dangerous companies as far as I'm concerned personally. So there's no extra protection for your funds whatsoever. The money in these accounts is seen as part of the business if it went bust. So you go back to the HF Britain image there, and you see companies like, you know, Jeff Banks, BetSafe, funny name that, BetHard. Those companies, if they go under, your funds are going with them. So you may want to look at withdrawing any unnecessary extra funds that you have in there that you're not willing to lose. So that covers the different levels. We've looked at a few different firms there. I will put links in the description below, and also there's videos in the end screen here which will be useful to you in this difficult period in terms of your betting. So check those out if you want further information on the state of play.